Free offering, remember? And these lines, these blue lines, that's the journey. Move them into that product or service, and that's through our marketing, through email. We don't always have to do written text. We can do audio, we can do video. It could be a 5-day challenge that's for free that they go through to that product or service. Then instead of us going all the way, right? Usually people skip this over delivery section and they go straight to the income. You're in this business. You're in a different business now. You are a speaker, you are a consultant, but now you're creating a digital product, and that takes a lot of responsibility. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of folks creating digital products without integrity. They're doing things that they've never done before. They're speaking about topics they have no business speaking about. And the field, to me, doesn't have enough jurisdiction over it. So I really want us to have a conversation about how it works and how to do it with the most integrity as possible. And y'all know how I feel about it. I feel that we should always over deliver, and we should always be transparent with the process. So even as you're building this machine with your new clients, I want you to really think about being honest with them about it being the beginning. I think that that's why I've had so much success, is when I'm doing something new, I'm honest about it being new. When it's a beta, I'm honest about it being a beta. I'm not sitting up here trying to act like I'm an expert, and always bringing folks into that conversation. So some myths that are about, digital courses, right? Increasing revenue is all about marketing and sales tactics. Have y'all heard that one? Right? If you want to make more money, you got to market more, right? You got to sell more. And what I've learned is that's not really true. It's really about adding more value to your customer. And a lot of folks look at value as time, and I want us to get out of that behavior. Just because your course costs more does not mean you have to add on a one-on-one call, does not mean that you have to add on more access to you, but you might have to add more value. And that's what we can talk about a little bit today. So just put it in the chat for me, right? Like, more value does not mean more time. More value does not mean more time. Because as you're building out this amazing, amazing product, I want you to know that your time is valuable. And that's really what the access is about. You're cloning yourself. That's what you're doing. You're essentially cloning yourself. I was thinking about that this morning. Did anyone attend my live meditation this morning? No? Okay. Well, it wasn't live. I'm gonna tell y'all that secret. So I ran into something this weekend where we're building our Airbnb, and one of the contractors was going to be here, and it was going to be during the time of the meditation. So for myself, I was like, how do I do this with integrity? I don't want to miss again, because I already had missed a couple of weeks ago. So what I did was I pre-recorded it, and I figured out how to make it show up live. And then when I was sitting here and they were setting up the refrigerator and doing a couple other things, I was sitting with Key, and I said, I have figured out how to clone myself. We are officially in the future. Literally, I was on a screen and a woman was writing into the comments. She put there, I am breastfeeding my 2 babies while I meditate with you, and I'm hoping that I'm feeding them abundance. Literally, this is happening while these folks are setting up like, how powerful is that? Like, I'm able to do this powerful healing work and still take care of my responsibilities, right? So adding more value is what it's going to be about, but not adding more time. That's why we have this amazing technology. Another myth, right? Slick website and perfect, and I love the word slick, right? Because people think slick or sleek, right? Website, perfect pricing, mediocre product, no low sales, right? Like, this is not true. This is not true. Like, you might have low sales and you could have a bomb website, but if you had that mediocre product, people gonna find out about it and they gonna stop buying it. Ugly website plus bad pricing plus valuable product equals lots of sales. Not true at all. So we need to find the balance. That's the point of this slide, right? The things that we really want to have is a valuable product and service. And we want to have an amazing website that's easy and easeful for our clients. The user experience is so important for me. How do we make this as easy as possible? And we do want lots of sales. I want you all to feel really good about having sales. I never want to hear anyone say to me, Evolve, it's okay, I didn't get any sales. No, it's not. You're building this so that you can sell it, so that you can have more financial freedom and more availability in your life to spend time with people that you care about. That's why you're building this. Yes, you're building it to change the world, to help your customers, to help your clients, to make people less transphobic, to make people more aware of the causes that you have. But at the end of the day, we are here to make money. And if we put that up front, then we will feel very valuable of our time and of ourselves. When we don't put that up front, we start to say things like money don't matter. And that's not true. It does matter. Unfortunately, capitalism, like, it exists. No one's dismantled it, so we're a part of it, right? But how do we do it in the most integrity? So even if you have a great product service, no one will buy from you if you don't find ways to add value first. This is why a lot of people's courses fail. They literally come out of nowhere. They wake up in the morning, they go on YouTube, there's some tall white man talking about how you should create an online course tomorrow. They go on the Kajabi, they get the free thing, they do a mediocre product, and then they put it on their Instagram one time. And then they're like, no one bought from me because they didn't add any value. Who are you? No one knows you. I mean, your homies know you, but who else knows you? Like, the marketplace doesn't know you as a valuable asset. So the people who sell the most, what I've started to see, they're adding the most value. And what I mean by that, they might have a YouTube channel, they might have a blog, they have some type of freebie, right? And we'll get into that. Something where they're consistently not adding value just to add things on social media, but adding value about the particular topic so that the marketplace sees them as more credible. Do y'all know why this is a perfect pairing to your speaker business? Because you're already doing it all the time. You're already out in the world speaking about this. Now you need to document it and add value. As much as you add value to whatever organization you go to speak to, you should be doing that with your audience on a regular basis. The other thing is, once people buy from you, they won't buy from you again if you don't add extra value after the sale. This is what I've noticed. So what I did during my last highly paid speaker bundle, number one, I added scarcity in. People love scarcity. I do. I'm definitely a buyer of scarcity. You'd be like, it's going up $1 tomorrow. I'm like, oh, I'm not. Y'all ain't getting that dollar out of me. I'll be there before midnight, boo. Right? So I added a little bit of that, but I also added tiers, right? So the first 10 people who bought got access to, I think, a journal, and then people got access to different things based off of when they purchased it, and people got really excited about it. But also, after they bought, everyone got an implementation call with me. This was something that people thought only the first 5 people were going to get, and I honored them afterwards. So afterwards, I sent out an email and I said, because you trusted me, I want to entrust you with my time. Let's get on an implementation call and talk more about your business. So how can you add value after the sale? After they press buy, what is a surprise that you can have inside of your product that says, thank you? A bonus, anything that gives them a little bit of extra value. And then think about this throughout your whole process of sales. Like, at the beginning, middle, or end of the business transaction, adding value is a core component. And a lot of people don't look at upsells as value, but it is. So for example, let's say, Miss Jai, someone's buying your amazing masterclass, but they don't know it's an opportunity to work with you one-on-one or as a consultant. I would add that on there as value, as an upsell. Like, on the back end, great, you got this masterclass, upsell. Would you like to, add a one-on-one call with me for $500? You never know who's going to take upon that. People often don't jump into our VIP or our next level because they don't know it exists. And it's great because you can do that on Kajabi, and you could say, okay, here's the upsell. Okay, you don't like the upsell, boo. They can click something that says no thank you and go straight on to the thank you page. But we want to give them that option. We often look at value as it has to be a thing, and sometimes it's the option to take the next step. There's a program that I'm in right now because I'm studying to be a cybersecurity specialist. I don't know if y'all knew that about me. I'm a geek. But so I'm studying to do that. So I have this coach I'm working with, and she has a program. It's a year-long program, but it's $9.97. I paid for it. And I was like, this is cool, but y'all know me. I want access. I'm like, I want to meet her. I want to be in a space. Like, I'm trying to, I want you to know me so you can tell me who's hiring right now. Like, I'm trying to be. So when I signed up for it, at the end, it was like, if you want to be a part of my VIP group, I only have 5 spots left. Get on a call with me and let's talk about it. Now, the reason I value her so much is she taught me a valuable lesson. I couldn't just get on her calendar. I had to commit. So I had to pay $50 to get on her calendar. And if I did not miss the date, she would give it back to me, whether I decided to sign up for that VIP or not. But what she was doing was she was sharing me, this is how you create boundaries around your calendar, right? Like, okay, yeah, you can have this availability, but you're going to pay $50. And if you miss it, I'm keeping the $50. If you make it, I'll give it back to you because I want you to value your time as much as I do. But that was value to me. I ended up signing up for that VIP, and I'm on her text, right? She texts me every day, which is kind of exciting, but also scary because she's like, how's the studying going? And I'm like, oh, this is what accountability looks like. I don't know if I like it. So we want to add value as many spots as we can, right? We want people to feel good about it. Attention public speakers, coaches, and consultants. Ever dreamt of booking 5-figure speaking and consulting contracts? In just 5 days, I'm teaching my tried and tested system to elevate your speaking and consulting business. Forget the cold emails, bypass the salesy pitches. This challenge is about building genuine high value connections. And here's a promise I have for you. With a commitment of just 1 to 2 hours a day for 5 days, you're going to witness transformative results. On day 1, you'll learn how to craft a business strategy without cold emails or paying to speak. Day 2 is all about you redefining your profile to attract decision makers ready to invest in your expertise. By day 3, you'll have your very own 5-figure sales system to turn contacts into clients. By day 4, we will have you automating your funnel with proven templates and scripts. And day 5, I'm going to teach you how to master the art of discovery calls with a step-by-step checklist and exclusive 5-figure sales secrets. Whether you're just stepping onto the speaking scene or you're a seasoned pro, this challenge is tailor-made for you. I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that have helped me help my clients make over $2 million in the last 2 years. The journey to a thriving 5-figure speaking and consulting business begins with this challenge. So are you ready to redefine your limits, accelerate your growth, and bask in the limelight of your success? I want you to join the 5 days to 5-figure speaking challenge now. Let's rewrite your success story together. Simply head over to speakingforprofit.com. You're going to click that button that says 5 days to 5-figure speaking gigs so you can get started with the challenge. Can't wait to see you there. All right, now back to the show. So let's talk about the value circle itself. This is the nitty gritty here. You're going to have a free offering. And your free offering should not sacrifice your time or your energy. Remember that. It's a lead magnet, right? It could be a compass, thinking about you, opulence. It could be a journal entry, not the full journal, Miss Jai, right? Maybe it's just a sheet from it. India, it could be a practice that you want people to do. I know that you do so many amazing movement practices that you give folks, right? Rowan, it could be so much about social justice, right? Maybe you create something called the read, right? Like this is how you read people in a political way, in a corporate, in a corporate way, right? Or a tip, something. It could be anything, but you're going to give them something free. And what we want to think about is where is a place I can do this on a consistent basis so I'm building my audience. You all see me doing this all the time. What do I have that's free, right? Right now I have my free meditation space and I do free trainings all the time. But in that, it gives the opportunity for people to get to know me better and also to take the next step. Sometimes those next steps aren't people buying from you. Sometimes that's them committing, like subscribing to your YouTube channel or jumping on your text message list. So we want to give them something free. Once we give them something free, that's when we take them on the journey to buy our product or our service. So once they press that free button, whether they're jumping on your email list or they're jumping on your text list, there should be some type of messaging that's taking them on a journey to lead them to your product. That's where email marketing and text marketing come in. And it doesn't have to be like these standard emails that say, get to know me better, da, da, da. That's great. And we went over that in Email Marketing 101. But what would it be like for them to even get more value? And maybe they get like a 5-day video from you. Every day they get a video from you for the next 5 days. Make it easier for yourself. Whatever you feel comfortable giving and you feel in your magic, add that to the value. I know for me, it's easy for me to turn on this camera and start ranting. That's easy. I could do a 5 email thing really quick. But when it comes to text, it's not my strong. So I don't try to lean on that as much. Some people, it's audio. Don't be afraid and think that you always have to go on camera. If you want to like get a beautiful landscape, like, oh, when we drove from California to Georgia, we were in New Mexico for a while, and goodness, the way that the sun sets, y'all, there, oh my goodness, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I would love a soundscape or just hearing someone's voice over that in the background. That's something that you can do. So don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. So freebie leads to product and service, and that leads to the over delivery. Over delivery, remember, is that extra value and that extra sauce that we're adding so that that person knows we care about them. From there, we get our income, right? Our testimonials and our referrals. And this is the way the circle works. As you can see in here, we ain't got nothing about marketing, right? Are we marketing our product? Yeah, we are, but we're marketing it to people who decided to take that step with our free offering. It's a lot easier to market to someone who did a micro commitment than to someone who hasn't committed at all. They're on your email list, you're on your text, they trust you, they've had some it's a lot easier to market to them. Other people, they're like, I don't know who you are, I don't know what you do. So why not take that advantage, right? And then when people ask me, it's funny now, people ask me, what's going on? I'm like, well, you're on my email list? Oh no. Well, that's why you don't know what's going on, boo. This is an exclusive place. You need to get on the list if you want to know what's going on. And we want to make them feel exclusive. What does it feel like to feel exclusive and you haven't even paid for anything yet? Oh, aren't you excited to pay once there's an opportunity? So how do we know what's valuable to our audiences? Don't waste your time. Ask them. And y'all all do a great job at this. Social media, email, in person. In person, we are not using this enough. If you are hanging out with the homies, they should know about your product and you should be asking them questions about it. Don't feel like you can't be that one friend that turns to business when everyone's being personal. It's totally cool. Take the shot. If you drink, I do. And then be like, hey, boo, so I'm creating this course. Here are the logos. Would you like logo A or B? Right. And then ask them next time when they're a little bit more sober. A or B, right? And depending on what you're going for, what kind of clients you want, you might pick something different, but ask people, right? Put yourself in their shoes. Most of us are building products that we wish we had maybe 3 to 5 years ago. So yeah, what did you need during that time? And then whatever works, don't try to recreate the wheel. I see so many people self-sabotage. I'll be like, well, how did you sell your first course? Oh, you know what? I did a YouTube challenge. I went live for 5 days. I built a, wait list, and I did pretty decent. Okay, cool. But this time, oh, Evolve, this time, I'm gonna do something totally different. Why? Why? Why can't we just do the thing we just did? We get so bored. Oh no, no, I'm not doing a YouTube. No, I'm doing something in person. I'm doing a pre-recorded webinar because I heard that that's better. I'm actually going to be running some ads because I got a little money. No, no, no. Rinse and repeat. That's the biggest thing about this business is you get so bored because it becomes easy. Literally the highly paid speaker bundle that I sold this year, I did the same thing I did last year. And I was like, only thing I added was the tiers. And that was mainly because I was like, I need to add some more, spaz, but it was like the same landing page, maybe language changed up a little bit. I was so bored with it, y'all. But I literally was going through one of like the most challenging and probably worst times of my life, the worst grief I've ever experienced. And I didn't even have to go on camera. $10,000, never had to go on camera. Just had to be bored. Boring builds billionaires. Remember that. So here are some examples of, and sorry for if billionaire is a triggering word for people. I know some people are like, no one deserves to be a billionaire. So we'll say millionaire. Examples of valuable free offerings, ebooks or video series, right? Teach them something amazing. If you already have your course, what I've seen people do something really cool. Have y'all seen this? This is a great hook. They'll give you the course for free. You think you in there, you're like, oh yeah, boo, about to get this course. You go through the first 4 modules, boop, to continue, that'll be $9.97. So you could even give pieces of your course. Maybe you give the first couple of modules out for free for people to try it out, right? It could be a free consultation. It could be like free demos of things that you do, a free audit. That's something I've been kind of doing for folks. I'll go through their LinkedIn, give them a little audit. That's something I'm charging for. Did I tell y'all somebody paid me $250 for an audit recently? I was like, yes, boo. I just got to go through your LinkedIn and tell you how crappy it is. It's going to be great. So I'm just saying, it could be anything that you do for free that doesn't take your time. Now, when you're in the beginning, you might want to give a little bit more time. And the reason I say this is maybe you're doing more market research. When I was first doing S4P, like in the beginning, I would get on call with anybody. And people thought we were crazy, but I wanted to know more about my marketplace. I wanted to know them. I wanted to hear the language, even if a person didn't want to work with me. If you have that capacity, do it. But just remember that it could be so creative. You decide on what you want that freebie to be and think about your capacity. Here's some examples of over delivery, right? Extra modules, an extra course. Right now, if people get into S4P, they don't even know about the LinkedIn growth course that we have, but it's something that people automatically get. The other thing that people will start to get is that EPK, the electronic press kit, and some of those, media assets we're going to be building out for people. I'm not going to add that to the actual offer. I'm just going to say it once people get in it, like, oh, surprise. So this could be something that you already know you're going to add in, but you don't sell it, right? It's not on your sales page. It's just going to be something that they get on the back end. Free or discounted service from another company. This is amazing, right? Like people, when I'm already thinking about for myself, even when it comes to WDS, like what would it be like if you didn't know about Kajabi? You got in, I'm like, here, you get 30 days free to this baby. We got that taken care of. You don't have to worry about it, right? So whatever you can provide as a resource, especially if it's a resource that's going to help them while they're working with you, is an amazing opportunity to over deliver. If what you're doing or offering is average, then you will have an average business. You have to find ways to add massive value because you've got to think like a buyer. There's so much we can buy. I've told you all this story before, but I was on a call with someone once and he cried to me about how I didn't have money. He was like, "Yeah, no scholarships. This is so expensive." And then the next week, I seen him purchase a dog that is the cost of a 2012 Camry at this point. And I was like, he had money, boo. He just didn't have money for you, right? It just wasn't a tasty enough offer. It didn't add that value to his life. So I want us to get out of everyone else's bag and really up level our mindset and what we're going to offer people. And what we're offering people is an opportunity to learn. But what I really want us to think about is an opportunity to implement. When you can get your audience or your customers, when you're over delivering, if you can get them into a space where they're implementing, that's going to be so powerful. So when they finish a module, what are ways that you can get them to implement and to showcase that to the world? There's nothing better than a great referral that comes on accident, right? You're taking a social media course and you're producing some really good content and your friend's like, dang, India, yo, Instagram is popping. Like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, well, Evolve got this social media course. And I've been in it about a month. I'm just doing a little something. Oh, send me the link. Easy, right? So how do we move the folks we're working with into implementation and make that a part of the over delivery? Because often people just go through courses and they're just going through modules. They never get asked to implement. They never get asked to take that next step. Attention public speakers, coaches, and consultants. Ever dreamt of booking 5-figure speaking and consulting contracts? In just 5 days, I'm teaching my tried and tested system to elevate your speaking and consulting business. Forget the cold emails, bypass the salesy pitches. This challenge is about building genuine high-value connections. And here's a promise I have for you. With a commitment of just 1 to 2 hours a day for 5 days, you're going to witness transformative results. On day 1, you'll learn how to craft a business strategy without cold emails or paying to speak. Day 2 is all about you redefining your profile to attract decision makers ready to invest in your expertise. By day 3, you'll have your very own 5-figure sales system to turn contacts into clients. By day 4, we will have you automating your funnel with proven templates and scripts. And day 5, I'm going to teach you how to master the art of discovery calls with a step-by-step checklist and exclusive 5-figure sales secrets. Whether you're just stepping onto the speaking scene or you're a seasoned pro, this challenge is tailor-made for you. I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that have helped me helped my clients make over $2 million in the last 2 years. The journey to a thriving 5-figure speaking and consulting business begins with this challenge. So, are you ready to redefine your limits, accelerate your growth, and bask in the limelight of your success? I want you to join the 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Challenge now. Let's rewrite your success story together. Simply head over to speakingforprofit.com. You're going to click that button that says 5 Days to 5-Figure Speaking Gigs so you can get started with the challenge. Can't wait to see you there. All right, now back to the show. So let's recap. I'm going to go back to the circle. Then I'm going to give y'all 3 minutes for questions. I knew I would run out of time. This is why we'll have our Q&A, and y'all have this as a replay for well. Free offering, remember? And these lines, these blue lines, that's the journey. Move them into that product or service, and that's through our marketing, through email. We don't always have to do written text. We can do audio, we can do video. It could be a 5-day challenge that's for free that they go through to that product or service. Then instead of us going all the way, right? Usually people skip this over delivery section and they go straight to the income. We want to figure out what is the way we can add value on the back end of that purchase so that that person feels like they're VIP and exclusive. And then from our income, we get our testimonials and our referrals. This makes it easier so you're not caught up in having to sell all the time. If you have consistent people who are downloading your lead magnet through your social media content, through free events, through live events that you're doing, people who are buying that product, you're over delivering, and those referrals coming in, you're in the ecosystem you want to be in. So this is the value circle, your first training for WDS.